Welcome into the Orange County Sportsplex here in Hillsborough, North Carolina. Chris Lehman with you as we get set for some North Carolina Tar Heel hockey. This is one of those rare days in central North Carolina where it might actually be a little bit more comfortable here inside the rink than it is outside. We got anywhere around the area from 2 to 3 or 4 inches, but they're still playing hockey today here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Tar Heels hosting the Virginia Tech Hokies, who made the trip down to play a couple of games, and they had a strong showing last night as they were at Wake Competition Center taking on the NC State Ice Pack. Maybe surprised a few people as they forced overtime and then a shootout before eventually falling by a final count of 4-3 with that shootout deciding it at Wake Competition Center. So a really strong showing for the Hokies. It's going to be a big question today, though, because it was already going to be a quick turnaround. It was about an 8:15 puck drop over in Morrisville last night. They didn't finish up the game until close to midnight, a little bit before, and then you got to go back to the hotel, get all settled in, and get rested up, and then you wake up in the morning expecting to play at 5:15 this evening, and the game's moved up about 3.5 hours. Just a little bit later than 2 o'clock, the scheduled puck drop for this one. So again, the question for the Hokies is how that turnaround's going to affect them. It was a tough, hard-fought grinder of a hockey game last night, and that may play into the Tar Heels' hands. I got to talk briefly with head coach Jeff Volkman about this one, and as I was watching the game last night, impressed with the goaltending that the Hokies were showing. They had number 30, Vince Stevens, in the net. 30-plus save performance for him. I believe it was 34 out of 37 shots that he stopped, and it took some really good moves in the shootout to beat him as well. So a strong goaltender that we may see today. He was just in the net taking some shots, but it seemed like number 32, Brian Sneeger, was actually going to get the start. He had the starter's net at the beginning of warm-up, so we'll see who's in net. We know Stevens can play well, although it's, again, a very quick turnaround for this Virginia Tech squad. As these two teams out warming up right now. But for the Tar Heels, I think it's going to come down to getting into this game very quickly. It's been a long time. It's been since the end of November that this Tar Heels team has played in a game. They were supposed to play in West Virginia last weekend. A couple of games up in Morgantown. That didn't work out because of some winter weather last weekend. But fortunately, even though we had maybe some worse snowfall here this weekend, we're still able to get this one in, and it's going to be a tough contest for the Tar Heels. They'll be in the all blue with the navy shorts, as the Hokies, if you're able to catch the game last night in their same uniforms, the all white with the burgundy and orange trim. But a few names to keep an ear out for in this one is, unfortunately, with the time change, we were unable to get the video crew all up and running for this one, but still wanted to bring you some Tar Heel hockey today. A couple of guys really going to be relied upon, I think, for this Tar Heels team, particularly when it comes to leadership, and that's guys like Daniel Jones and Patrick Kramer, who are two of the more experienced guys on this team. They've been around for a while, and they know what it takes to beat a top-tier ACCHL team like the Virginia Tech Hokies. You also got to look at some of the newer faces that we've seen that I've been really pleasantly surprised with coming in and immediately having an impact, and that's guys like Misha Sabotin, Leighton Walsh, David Mahan. Those are all guys to keep an ear out for as well. They're just about set to get things rolling here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Still some fans able to make their way into the building today. Got to, of course, thank the Sportsplex being flexible, helping to get this contest in and not make it a little bit of a wash for the Hokies, who were expecting to play 2 coming down here. And the potential this morning was maybe they were only playing 1, but we're playing a second one here today. The Tar Heels just about set to go. They'll have, looks like, Brian Hogan to take the opening draw, who has Patrick Kramer and Noah Friedman on the wings. It'll be Paduzzi to take the draw for Virginia Tech. We're ready to roll. 20 minutes up on the clock. Hogan wins it backwards. Tar Heels will control off the draw. Along the far wall, John Miglior plays it rink wide off the boards and into the Virginia Tech zone. Swatted behind the net. It is Sneeger, worth noting, in the net. Not unexpected after a quick turnaround. Usually in back-to-backs you see different goaltenders. Quick breakout for Virginia Tech. Up comes Miles Walther. streaking down that right wing. Has it knocked off his stick. Tar Heels will turn it back up the ice, but Walther right there to lay a big hit on Miglior and keep the puck in deep for the Hokie forecheck. And now we've got a whistle, and I believe they called a hand pass. The faceoff will stay in the Tar Heel end. We're perched down here for this radio broadcast down in the corner near the Zamboni entrance. So down at that far end of the rink where the Tar Heels are defending right now, a little bit tougher to tell. It looked like a hand pass was signaled, but the faceoff will stay in the Tar Heel end. They win the draw once again. Daniel Jones up the near wall, and the Tar Heels will bring it in. Nifty little move from Hogan to get it deep. He's knocked off his feet. Play continues as the Hokies break it back up the far side. In control now, C.J. Hathaway down the left wing. Nice back check there as the Tar Heels able to flip it back up and out. Hogan was able to get back and ends up putting it into his own bench. And we'll get a quick stoppage and a neutral zone faceoff coming up. Pretty quick start to this one. Some nice back and forth action between these two teams. Play Potocny wins the draw for Virginia Tech, but the Hokies unable to control as UNC gets it out into neutral ice. Turned right back by the defense of Virginia Tech. That was McAfee sending it deep. Tar Heel defense now will chase it down behind their own cage. Hokies on a change. Henry Foster with space through neutral ice. Has it chipped off his stick, and flipping it into the Tar Heel end is Finn Rowley before the Tar Heels are able to chase it down and send it deep and get in on the forecheck. That's what has made UNC so effective this year at times. When they're able to get deep and establish a forecheck, they make it very difficult on their opponents, and they can really wear them down. Leighton Walsh through neutral ice, has a lot of space through the middle. Has a man on his back as he cuts to that far left wing and takes a big hit from Griffin Mudge, who knocks the puck into neutral ice once again. Rowley trying to get it deep for Virginia Tech, can't maintain control. A battle at the Tar Heel blue line now. Swept into the UNC end. Kendrick Holmes up that far wall, now rink wide. It's taken off the boards by Mahan, who chips it deep but can't win the race to it. Salvato sends it in for Virginia Tech. Kendrick Holmes the first to it in that far corner once again. Hokies trying to get set up. They really haven't been able to get set up in the offensive end, although they put some good pressure on. Now we got a hand up as there was a big hit behind the UNC net, and a roughing call coming up on Rocco Salvato. So the first power play of the game goes to UNC. And Salvato, I think, just a little bit late on that hit. And even if it was a slightly lighter hit, it looked like a good, clean hit to me. But I think maybe just a little bit late for the officials' liking. And a 2-minute man advantage here for UNC. They'll win the draw. Foster back. Top of the diamond. Wrists one through traffic. It pinballs to the near corner. Saboden collects the loose puck. It'll be swatted up the wall now as it's knocked off his stick. Foster holds it in. Across to Hogan on the far point. His wrist shot hits a body in front and deflects back to the blue line. Saboden holding on to it now. Into the near corner for Walsh. Back to Misha Saboden. Looking across for Hogan, top of the far circle. Back up top, he's got Foster. Into the far corner, Hogan once again. 30 seconds gone on the man advantage for the Tar Heels. Hogan, rink wide for Saboden. He'll tee one up across, they score! Great find from Saboden. I thought he was going to shoot, and instead he finds Mahan backdoor for an easy slam, and it's 1-0 Tar Heels. Great work on the power play from North Carolina. And a quick lead for UNC. That was a very strong penalty kill, I thought, from Virginia Tech last night against NC State. But great movement from the Tar Heels to take an early lead. Virginia Tech going to establish themselves in the offensive zone momentarily as we restart. Tar Heels able to elevate it up and out. And the Hokies will retreat. McAfee up the near wall. Big hit as the puck's broken out as Masuro got laid out. And they are throwing the bodies early here in this one. Just 3.5 minutes gone, and now we've got another whistle and another penalty against Virginia Tech. Hokies looking a little bit frustrated right now. This time it'll be Stephen Rochia that heads to the box. And another power play here for North Carolina. And it's only been 31 seconds since that goal was scored. And you wondered what we'd see out of Virginia Tech today. You got to think they're coming in with some dead legs. Again, they probably didn't leave Wake Competition Center until close to midnight, but they might have a shorthanded chance here. Breaking down the left wing, Griffin Mudge. He gets laid out, and this time we're going to have a penalty on the Tar Heels. I think we may see a few more of these coming in this early stage, in the early stages of this game. Tar Heels, and I like the strategy. You get physical, you try and wear down what is already probably a somewhat worn-out team here early, but maybe a little bit overzealous. I thought you could have seen a call in that last sequence where we saw Virginia Tech take the penalty. This time, though, it'll be the Tar Heels evening it up 4-on-4. Face-off in the UNC end. Tar Heels win it backwards into the far corner. Daniel Jones under some pressure, alleviates that by getting it up that left wall for Henry Foster. Elevated to the middle, swept in by Hogan and off the back wall. Into the near corner, Foster pressuring. Can't maintain control of the puck, though, and Virginia Tech breaks it out. It's Mudge, now up the near right wing. Cutting through the middle, 1-on-2 all alone as the Hokies going off for a change. He'll be shut down along the Tar Heel bench. Foster brings it back forward. He's got Hogan. Quick wrist shot, blocker saved by Sneager, and Hogan tracks it down in the near corner. Along to the far side, he's got Foster. He'll cycle with the puck. Leaves it at the far point. Nice little drag move there from Karen, but he's unable to maintain the zone and has to retreat to neutral ice and lift it back in. Tar Heels going to go off for a change. 1 minute left of 4-on-4 hockey. It'll be about 10 seconds on a power play for Virginia Tech after that. Leighton Walsh in neutral ice. Works it back for Kendrick Holmes. Across for Walsh. And they'll play catch. A good forecheck here from Virginia Tech, slowing things up. Now Kramer sprung free down the near side for the Tar Heels. He'll send it deep. His shot blocked to the side of the net. Walsh collects behind the cage. Working back along that far wall, now to the blue line, still with the puck. Backhands it over to Kramer near circle. Fans on the shot, centering pass off a skate now, and he'll chase it down in the far corner. Runs a man over, and unable to get back to the puck. Now Potocny into the Tar Heel end. Sweeps it around the boards as the Hokies need another change. About 15 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Virginia Tech sends it deep once more. Kramer in the middle of his own zone. Has it poked off his stick, collected by Karen for UNC. Back to Kramer at the blue line. He'll bring it up the near right wing. It's a short 5-on-4. In comes Friedman, but he's offsides. And the puck will come back out, and it looks like it'll come back to the Tar Heel blue line as that pass came from the other side of center ice. So it'll be right in front of the UNC bench with this face-off. 8 seconds of power play hockey for Virginia Tech. They're going to spread things out. They've got Masuro all the way over on the near side wall off this face-off, away from the benches. But it's not going to work out. Tar Heels able to get the puck out into neutral ice and pin it along the wall at center ice. Power play over. Still a chance for Virginia Tech, and a nice blocker save from Douthit. Streaking in there was C.J. Hathaway. Virginia Tech still in with pressure. Back behind the net, they'll work with it. Out to the point. Here comes a slap shot. Hits a body in front, and a nice play. The Tar Heels going to have a chance to break it out and get a change. That was John Beeson who blocked a heck of a slapper from Eric Slater. Tar Heels now on the forecheck. They'll knock the puck loose into the near corner. Chasing it down, Jones from the blue line. He takes a hit to get it to the middle, but that pass stolen by Paduzzi, and he'll clear it back to the red line where Jones tracks it down. D-to-D pass there with Miglior. Up the middle, Tar Heels will break into the zone. Wrist shot coming, whistles high and wide off of the stick of Sam Ives, but the Tar Heels able to stay in on the attack. It's Vaglia behind the goal. Has some help from Ives in the near corner now. Back behind, Vaglia tracking it down. Absorbs a hit from Gustafson, but can't maintain control of the puck. And Virginia Tech gets it out into the neutral zone once again. Tar Heels able to collect at their own blue line. Knocked down at center ice is Mangle. He loses control. Puck still unclaimed in the middle of the ice, though, as it pinballs around, and eventually the Tar Heels able to sweep it over to the Virginia Tech blue line, or bench, pardon me. Got tangled up in some skates, and a big hit there from Hogan as the Hokies cleared all the way down, and Douthit, feeling some pressure, decides to swallow it up and force a face-off. 12:48 to go in the first period. 1-0 UNC on a power play goal from David Mahan. The assist, I believe, going to Misha Sobodin, and then the secondary to Henry Foster. But it was a good look from Sobodin to find Mahan on the back door, and the Tar Heels in the lead as a result. Now looking for more. Foster through the middle. It's off the skate of Kramer and wide. A good look from Foster just to get that through. Some traffic on the quick odd man rush. You might have heard the whistle there, but the net did come off its moorings as I believe it was the defenseman and Matt Veneri who collided with the goal trying to defend Kramer. And so the faceoff will be to the right of Sneager and the Virginia Tech net here right in front of us. Hogan to take the draw for the Tar Heels, but instead it's the Hokies Salvato winning it back into the near corner, lifted up and out, and now Drew Whistler on a break. Down the right wing into the middle, quick shot, they score! Great movement up the ice from the Hokies, and it's Rocco Salvato evening things up with 12:27 to go in the first. Assist should go to Whistler and Veneri. But just a good transitional play up the ice quickly. But again, Salvato from Whistler and Veneri. 1-1 hockey game. Virginia Tech controlling off the center ice draw, but miscommunication at the blue line, and Mahan will carry it deep behind the cage. Sends it out into the slot. Still loose there as Leighton Walsh throws it through the middle, and Sobodin couldn't get his stick on a bouncing puck, and Virginia Tech is back the other way with it. Miles Walther down the near right wing. He'll cut to the net. Loses it behind the goal, but it's swept right back up that far wall where Walther can keep it in. He lifts it into the near corner. Virginia Tech first to it. Swatted towards the net. Masuro got a stick on it. He'll get it back in the near corner. Throws it at the net. Oh, a blocker save there from Douthit. And now with a lot of pressure around the net comes off its moorings. We've also got an arm up, and it looks like another penalty coming. And this penalty well, there was an official's arm up. I don't see anyone going to the penalty box. It looks like it was just North Carolina knocking the net off its moorings once again. And so the face-off, well, actually Virginia Tech must have knocked it off. The face-off came to neutral ice. Hokies able to get it deep quickly, though, off the draw. Loose in front of the Tar Heel net. They're able to collect and clear it up the near side. Shoveled along and gloved down by Friedman on the near right wing. He'll carry it in. Sweeps it towards the net. Nobody in front to knock it on goal, and Virginia Tech will break it out. Carrying it into neutral ice is Fantozzi, who takes a big hit and gets it deep. Hokie goes down, and a penalty coming up as it looks like Leighton Walsh will get the whistle. But again, Virginia Tech moving quickly up the ice to create chances. And a correction, it's Simon Malone who will go to the box. 2-minute minor for tripping. So the Hokies on to the power play. And they'll get set up immediately. Rung around the wall by Veneri from the far blue line. Back up to Walther on the near side. Back into the corner. Hokies working with it. Walking the goal line. Getting a shot off but not through is Peduzzi. And the Tar Heels able to clear it out. Maybe a shorthanded chance. Here comes Foster looking to the middle. Here's the shot by Hogan. He scores! Shorthanded for the Tar Heels, and they take back the lead 20 seconds into the Virginia Tech power play. Well, we talked about how good the Hokies looked moving quickly up the ice. That time it's the Tar Heels shorthanded, and they take back the lead. It's a heck of an effort from UNC so far tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. So the Tar Heels haven't scored at even strength yet, but one on the power play, one shorthanded, and now they've got to defend again. Virginia Tech sets up on the man advantage. Thrown deep by Eric Slater from the far blue line. Worked around the wall and back up to the point where it can be collected by Strauss. Back into the corner. He'll get it back from Whistler. Strauss's shot hit a stick in front but didn't deflect on goal. Salvato now in control for the Hokie power play. He'll walk that far wall. Little give and go there with Slater, and they can't connect. It'll go all the way down to the Hokie end, where it can be tracked back down by Salvato. He's got the lone goal so far for the Hokies, but it didn't take too long for UNC to respond. Down under a minute left on the power play for Virginia Tech. It'll be Salvato carrying it into the left wing. Throws it towards the net. Patted away by Douthit easily and swatted up that far wall. UNC unable to clear the zone, though. Too many Hokies over there. Loose puck collected by Rochia. He'll throw it back behind. Salvato there. Two Tar Heels there as well, though, and it's Miglior trying to force it up that far wall again. Down to 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Far point, McAfee now for Virginia Tech. He'll play catch with the teammate along the wall. McAfee walking the blue line, bouncing puck. He loses control, and Kramer able to get to it and clear it all the way down. Tar Heel penalty kill will get a quick change with 15 seconds to go on the man advantage. Salvato on the near wing. Looking to break Masuro into the zone, and the Tar Heels shut that down. D-to-D pass to the far side for Jake Hogan of Virginia Tech. He'll send it behind the net. Douthit gets a stick on it to slow it down, but Virginia Tech gets there to put some pressure on. Kendrick Holmes comes away with it for the Tar Heels. Backhands it off the glass and up the wall. Can't get it out, though. Virginia Tech back on the attack. Along the near half wall, Potocny in control in the near circle. Swats one towards the goal. It trickles back behind, though. Virginia Tech still in possession. Hogan down into the far corner. It'll be whipped around the wall. And Virginia Tech just looking for some space here over to the far side. One-timer. A good look there from McAfee, but he's unable to connect with Fantozzi. And the puck ends up behind the UNC net. Again, Tar Heels can't clear. McAfee along the near wall at the blue line. Sends it down to the hash marks. Wrist shot coming off the stick of Hathaway, doesn't get through. Now some space on the near blue line. It's ripped wide, and Douthit will jump on it off the back wall. It was Jake Hogan who couldn't put it on net. And back to even strength hockey here at the Orange County Sportsplex. It didn't feel like it there for about a minute or so, even after Malone had come out of the box. 8:17 to go in the first period, 2-1 Tar Heels. We got a power play goal from Mahan 3 minutes in. And then a little over a minute and a half after giving up the equalizer, the Tar Heels score shorthanded. It was Hogan from Foster. That's where we sit right now. But Virginia Tech, a lot of pressure right now in the Tar Heel end. Finally, UNC able to break it out. Down the near left wing they come. It's Mangle looking to force it towards the net and can't. Baglia picks it up behind. Has some help there from Sam Ives, who rings it around the boards to the far corner. No blue jerseys there, and the Hokies break it out into neutral ice. But the pass in the skates of Rowley. He has trouble controlling. Loose puck picked up by Virginia Tech's Mudge. He'll send it over Douthit's head. It looked like it deflected up and into the netting, so we'll get a whistle and a face-off. It'll stay in the Tar Heel zone to the far right side of the net for Will Douthit. 7:39 to go as Virginia Tech controls off the draw. They'll work it back to the blue line. Shot coming from Veneri. Deflected off a body, didn't get to the net. Loose on the side of the goal, and Douthit able to pounce on it. We'll get another whistle and a face-off. Only about 10 seconds coming off the clock there. If you're a Tar Heel fan, you gotta like the energy that UNC has shown here in this first period. you'd imagine that eventually Virginia Tech going to wear out a bit. Here's a chance for Kramer, and a break in. A nice diving play by Sneager. Had some help from a couple of defensemen coming back, but the Tar Heels still putting the pressure on behind the goal. Hogan sweeps it out in front and straight through the middle of the zone and out, as Kramer wasn't quite in the right spot in the high slot to catch that. Simon Malone in control behind his own goal. Up the near wall, it'll be backhanded along by Jack Gleason for Henry Foster to carry in. He's bodied off the puck. Whistler collects for the Hokies. Up the far wall, it's banked out into neutral ice by Rochia, and the Tar Heels send it deep once more to get a change. Foster takes a check along the near side from McAfee and is able to hold the zone. Back behind the net, McAfee will collect again. Foster back on him on the forecheck. He'll take over. Great work by Henry Foster. Bodied off the puck again. Leighton Walsh with a little spinorama backhand. Just missed the near post on the far side of the net. Good pressure here. This is a really fun line to watch when they get going, and they are right now. It's Walsh out there with Saboden and Foster. Foster going off for a change, though, as a shot from the point from Karen deflects just wide. Saboden again in control. Back to the point for Wills Kendrick Holmes on the far side. Along the half wall, Saboden again. Under some pressure, will walk the blue line. Backhanded along for Karen, the one-timer. Sticked away by Sneager. Good pressure here from the Tar Heels, but the Hokies able to pitchfork it up and out. But not much past the red line. Sent right back in by Kendrick Holmes, and the Tar Heels on the forecheck again. Saboden collects at the near blue line. Gets some help from Mahan. Saboden chases it down on the near corner. Takes a little hack. Maintains control, sends it to the point for Karen. He'll wrist one through traffic, hit a stick, and deflect it up into the glass on the far corner. And again, the Hokies looking to break it out and can't. Saboden with the steal. Throws it off the wall on the near side. Quick one-timer from Mahan right into the glove of Sneager, and he holds on long enough for a whistle. And I think the Hokies, Sneager talking to the official, he had released it just as the official was blowing the whistle. I think the Hokies, I don't think they mind it either way. You get a quick stoppage, you can get a change here, get some fresh bodies on the ice, because they'd been pinned in their own end, and at least right now still are, with some tired bodies, but able to get those tired bodies off here. Might have been able to do so and clear their own zone if the whistle hadn't blown, though. They do win the faceoff and send it all the way down the ice, but the first one to it is a Hokie, and they'll negate the icing call. Swept right in front, but the Tar Heels there to deflect it away, and it'll trickle back into neutral ice. UNC a chance to get it deep. It's Daniel Jones sending it in. And the Tar Heels looking to get on the forecheck, but a nice play by Tim Donovan to bank it off the glass and out. Daniel Jones tracks it down in his own end. Around to his D partner in Miglior. Up that far wall, stolen away by Virginia Tech momentarily. But neither team really able to maintain possession of the puck and control here in 5-on-5 hockey frequently. Pass through the middle of the zone on a breakout is turned over, and a good chance there for Fantozzi. He missed the net. Still loose on the far side of the goal, and it's Douthit getting to it. He took a little hack after the whistle, and now the Tar Heels will take exception to that. Well, it doesn't look like anything will come of that penalty-wise. It'll stay 5-on-5, and it was very docile. Nothing you don't see on a typical scrum after the play. And a face-off in the Tar Heel end, won by Virginia Tech and sent deep. Carolina defense first to it. They'll try and chip it up and out, but held in nicely on the near wall by Peduzzi. And Virginia Tech back in on the forecheck. Malone up the near wall looking to break it out. Getting a stick to it was Ives, but he couldn't deflect it to a teammate in the middle. Now a shot through. Douthit got a piece of it. It's still loose on the goal line, and it's swatted away by the Carolina defense. Oh, was that one close. And Virginia Tech going to have to track it down as it's sent right in on goal on Sneager with the clearance. An elevated pass out of the Hokie end is trapped down soccer style by Malone and sent back to the Hokie blue line. That's where Virginia Tech will take over. Masuro down the near wing and whistles a wrist shot just wide of Douthit on the far side. Tar Heels able to collect in their own end. Now it's Hogan looking to the far wall. Taking on a bank and taking a hit there was Malone, and he lost the puck. Virginia Tech with a chance right out in front. It's on and off of the stick of Peduzzi, and he couldn't get a shot away. Tar Heels turn it back up. It's going to be a breakaway coming in. Karen, the shot, and a big glove saved by Sneager. He couldn't hold on to it, though. Play continues. Malone slapping it around the wall. Kramer there to pressure behind the net. Knocks his man off the puck, tried to center and couldn't. Tries again, and it's denied once more. Now Foster throws it in front off the body of Sneager, and he's going to jump on the rebound and hold on. A chaotic sequence there in front of the Virginia Tech net, and some nice work from Patrick Kramer on Eric Slater. Two of the bigger bodies on the ice, and Kramer won that battle to get that chance. Just 3:14 to go in the first period. 2-1 lead for the Tar Heels. Virginia Tech wins the defensive zone draw. It's sent all the way around the wall and down into the the UNC end, where Malone can collect. Sends it rink wide for Foster. He'll dance through some traffic and lift it in on Sneager, who has no option but to swallow up the lob shot and take another face-off with just under 3 minutes to play. Well, it has been a hectic but entertaining first period so far. The Tar Heels going back to work. They win the offensive zone draw. Slid in on goal by Mahan. That's patted away by Sneager. Saboden collects in the near corner. Backhands it behind the net. Walsh can't chase it down. Virginia Tech will now look to break out. It's Tim Donovan forcing it up the wall. Getting some help there from Fantozzi, who gets it into neutral ice. And Virginia Tech from the red line able to clear it in and get a change. UNC back in possession. Mahan sends it behind his own goal. Into the far corner, Kendrick Holmes. Looking up the wall and now sent to the middle, and Mahan in possession once again. He's got some speed down the near left wing, looking to cut to the net, works on the wraparound, sends it out in front, and Saboden couldn't get a stick to it, and again the net comes off its moorings. And this is a somewhat regular occurrence in these games here at Orange County Sportsplex. The pegs just not able to hold much weight. And so coming around, just trying to stuff that far post with Sneager, and he knocked the net off. So a face-off right in front of us here on the right side of the Virginia Tech net. It'll be Noah Friedman to take the draw. Tried to win it on goal. That doesn't work out, but he lays a huge hit in the near corner as it's cleared out of the zone by Veneri. And we've got a whistle as Virginia Tech touches, or pardon me, as UNC touches up. And I think they may have... looks like we had a hand pass in the neutral zone is what it looks like. Again, we're nestled down here in the corner of the rink. So looking down to that far end where North Carolina is defending right now. Not always easy to see through the bodies, but it looked like a hand pass on the Tar Heel. So neutral zone face-off. UNC wins that, gets it deep. Some pressure down in that far corner. And the Tar Heel's going to go right to the net with it. Beeson knocks the net off its moorings and kind of ran over Sneager there, trying to power his way in front. And the Hokies ready to go after him, but the officials step in. Well, it's Carlson who won the battle in the far corner and was able to get the puck towards the net, but Beeson was the one involved in everything right around that far post, and it will be determined that Beeson knocked the net off the moorings. Face-off back out on top of the Virginia Tech blue line. Tar Heels control off the drop. Beeson will shovel it into the near corner, tracking it down Veneri. Backhands it around to the far wall where it can be collected by Rochia. He'll try and clear it up that wall. It's denied nicely by Miglior, who keeps it deep. Tar Heels, though, unable to get any pressure on, and the Hokies break it out. Sent down the near side of the ice, and Salvato making the run to it. I thought he was going to be the first there, but it looks like the Tar Heels win that race. It'll be icing, and with a minute and a half to go in this first period, an offensive zone faceoff for North Carolina. They'll have Foster, Kramer, and Hogan. That was their starting line tonight out for the draw. Hogan will take it against Rocco Salvato, and Hogan wins the draw. Back to the blue line. Quick wrist shot, stays on the ice and doesn't get all the way through, and Virginia Tech clears it out. Simon Malone just couldn't quite get that one through the bodies in front. Now he'll put some pressure on in the far corner in his own end. Takes the puck away and sends it around to the near wall. Looking to break it out for the Tar Heels now. Jack Gleason sends it off the wall. It's furthered along to Kramer, who tracks it down in the near corner, looking for a quick chance and couldn't get it past Sneager on the near wall. trying to go short side. Virginia Tech having trouble again clearing their zone. Good forecheck again from North Carolina. It's eventually hacked out of the zone, but North Carolina turns it right back in. Foster sidestepping a check, maintains control. Looks back to the blue line, fans on the pass, lifts it to the middle, and it'll be gloved down by Walter of Virginia Tech, and he'll get it to neutral ice, but he gloved it down, and another teammate got to it first. And so a hand pass will put the puck, or put the face-off, I should say, at center ice here. 36 seconds to go in period number 1. Leighton Walsh to take the face-off for the Tar Heels, but it's Virginia Tech winning it. Grant Gustafson trying to send it up the near wall. It's lifted right back in by UNC, looking to get in on the forecheck. Quick breakout up the near right wing for Masuro. He's got space, and he carries it into the Tar Heel end for the Hokies. He'll be bodied off the puck. And a scrum ensues in that near corner. Sent to the middle. Quick one-timer for Walther. Didn't get through. The second try is sent behind the net, and they'll battle for it there now. Up to the blue line. Wrist shot coming through traffic. Tim Donovan couldn't get it to the net. And as time runs out, Virginia Tech can't get it back to the middle. And we're through 20 minutes here at Orange County Sportsplex. No even strength goals for the Tar Heels, but a shorthanded goal about halfway through the first period is the last marker we've got. 2-1 North Carolina after 20 minutes. Chris Lehman back with you here at the Orange County Sportsplex in Hillsborough, North Carolina. First intermission between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Strong showing from the Tar Heels in the first period, very opportunistic with a power play goal in the first 3 minutes. Got to highlight the pass from Misha Saboden on that play to find an open David Mahan on the back door through traffic for an easy tap-in first goal. Virginia Tech, though, they've controlled a good amount of the play. There have been some stretches of 3 or 4 minutes where North Carolina has done a good job at doing what they do well, getting the puck deep, going after it, getting on the forecheck and really making it difficult to break out of the Virginia Tech end. And that's as a result, it's been kind of taxing, I think, on this Virginia Tech team, just getting the puck up the ice. But outside of that, they've been able to get into the zone. They've been able to establish themselves, particularly as that period went on. It felt like in the last 10 minutes after that goal from Hogan to make it a 2-1 lead for the Tar Heels shorthanded, it felt like Virginia Tech, I want to say they woke up, because I think the energy level for the most part, as much as it can be there on this quick turnaround, has been there. But I think they really started to dig in and get a little bit more offensive zone time than they had. But one thing that Coach Volkman mentioned to me, he was able to go over to Wake Competition Center and watch the game against the Ice Pack yesterday evening. And one thing that he noticed, and some of it shows in the stats a little bit, was that Virginia Tech spends a lot of time on the perimeter. They don't get the puck into the middle as frequently as some other teams do, and as a result, you don't end up with quite as many high-quality shots, I would say. And again, this is unofficial and more just from observation. It feels like North Carolina has probably had a few more high-danger chances than Virginia Tech has, but I think a lot of possession and a good amount of the play has been carried by the Hokies. And as a result, they are going to have a chance in this game, no doubt. They spent a lot of time late in that first period in the Tar Heel end, and they were able to pick up a goal, but that one came in transition, and that's kind of where Virginia Tech has felt more dangerous. We talked about a good amount of zone time that they've had. Their best chances, though, have come on odd man rushes or on quick rushes up the ice where they just have more space and have better lanes to the middle to get those chances, and when they did, it was a nice job by Rocco Salvato to beat Will Douthit and make it 1-1 at that point. But they're going to have to find a way, I think, to get to the middle a little bit better here against the Tar Heels in this second period. And things are only going to get harder for Virginia Tech. As we talked about it plenty, they are certainly running on fumes, I would say. Maybe not yet, but by the end of this game, they're going to be running on fumes, and they're going to have to be a little bit more efficient with their zone time, I think, because the Tar Heels are going to be able to flip things around. We've also seen North Carolina with their own chances moving up quickly on rushes, on odd man rushes, like the goal they scored shorthanded, where they were able to catch Virginia Tech's D flat-footed a little bit. They were able to get in on a 2-on-1, and Hogan was able to finish a nice pass from Henry Foster to make it 2-1. But I think a very good period from the Tar Heels. I think they came out, they were physical the way they wanted to be against a team that they expected to have some tired legs, and that is going to be helpful if they can continue to do that. The one good thing that we saw really kind of from both sides, I wouldn't say there was any kind of chippy play, but it was very, very aggressive, very physical play early. We saw a few penalties called, and I think that toned things down a little bit, but still some nice physical play on both sides of the puck so far tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. And so it should make for a very entertaining final 40 minutes of this one. The two teams just about ready to retake the ice. The Zamboni coming off, so we're going to step aside here for just another minute or two. And when their teams return to action, we'll have the second period for you here at Orange County Sportsplex. We've got a fresh sheet of ice here at the Orange County Sportsplex, just about set to start the second 20 minutes between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Well, Douthit down here in front of me now as the two teams switch ends. Tar Heels will be attacking away from us here in the second period. The Hokies coming right at us. Tar Heels again in those Carolina blue uniforms. It'll be white with burgundy or I guess maroon and orange trim for the Hokies, as they've got 20 minutes up on the clock. Tar Heels with a 2-1 lead after 20 minutes, and it's been a lot about special teams so far tonight, or this afternoon. The Tar Heels 1 for 2 on the power play, and also have a shorthanded goal. You could call them 1 for 2 on the penalty kill as well, as they've killed off a pair of penalties. Now, granted, one of those was just about a 10-second man advantage on both sides. Of course, for the Tar Heels, they went on the power play first and then committed a penalty themselves to even things up at 4-on-4. But either way, 0 for 2 on the power play for the Hokies, 1 for 2 for the Tar Heels. And it looks like we're going to have a change in the nets for Virginia Tech. And I think it might be more of an equipment thing than anything else, as Sneeger just went to the Virginia Tech locker room. So it'll be Stevens who takes over here in the second 20 minutes. We'll let you know if anything comes of the Sneeger situation, but we're back in action here in the second period now. Tar Heels on the attack immediately. Foster looking to the middle. Nobody in the slot to put it home, and Virginia Tech will break it out. Thrown from near side to far, taken on a bank by number 12, Gavin Peduzzi. He'll carry it behind the net. Tried to lift it in front. It's batted back to the near corner where he'll collect. Up to Veneri at the point, and from the middle of the blue line, he'll throw it right into the chest protector of Douthit, who holds on for a faceoff. Just 34 seconds gone in this second period. Face-off will be to the near right side of Douthit. Walsh to take it for the Tar Heels. Wins it to the wall, but it'll be stolen away by Dominic Fantozzi. He'll carry it behind. Knocked off the puck by Malone. Swept around and up the near wall by Walsh. And sent right back in from the blue line by Slater, Virginia Tech. Hokies in control right along the goal line. It's forced back behind by by Fantozzi. And into the far corner. Fantozzi looking to center the puck and can't do so. Slater holds the near blue line. And Malone, who got in front of the clearance back in, looks like he was a little bit stung by that. Tar Heels moving up quickly. Mahan to the net, he scores! Right down the middle, David Mahan. Backhand to forehand, and it's 3-1 Tar Heels. And that is 2 periods now, the first and the second, of course, where the Tar Heels have scored in the first 3 minutes. It only took 1 minute and 10 here in the second period. So another quick start for UNC. Mahan with his second. And UNC looking to go right back on the attack off the center ice faceoff. Down the far left wing, sent to the middle, big pad save by Stevens, but as Virginia Tech touches up, we've got a whistle, and it looks like a Tar Heel power play coming up. Pardon me again, it was right as Virginia Tech touched up, and my only guess is down at that far end, it was the net coming off its moorings. But it will be an offensive zone faceoff, still 5-on-5. Quick wrist shot from the blue line from Karen. Pinballs through traffic. It's covered up by Stevens. 18:35 to go in this second period. Another faceoff to the far side of the Virginia Tech net. This time the Hokies will win the draw. Swatted all the way down the ice by Gustafson, and Kendrick Holmes will win the race to the puck, and it's icing on Virginia Tech. And with that stoppage, looks like Brian Sneeger is headed back onto the ice. As I thought it was, as I expect, I can't confirm, but the fact that Sneeger going right back into the net, it would indicate to me some sort of just a minor equipment issue for him. And so Stevens heads back to the bench, and Sneeger back between the pipes for Virginia Tech. 18:25 to go in this second period as Virginia Tech wins the draw and clears it to the Tar Heel blue line. Slid right back in by Kendrick Holmes. He was looking for Beeson right in front of the Tar Heel bench on the far wall and missed him. And it's going to go all the way down the ice for icing. Well, that first goal of this second period, very important for UNC to get. In fact, I heard coming from the Virginia Tech guys coming out of their locker room and onto the ice, somebody said, got to get the next one. And I think that is going to deflate this Virginia Tech team a little bit that had a chance to rest up and come back out hoping for a quick start to the period. They will look to put some pressure on in the offensive zone here, but it's Carlson able to break it out to Beeson straight through the middle of the neutral zone to throw it right in on Sneager, who sticks it to the far corner. Swung around the wall, trying to shovel it out is Rochia and can't, but gets some help, and it'll eventually be slid into neutral ice. Tar Heel defense going to work with it. Malone sends it all the way down. It's deflected on goal, and Sneager, feeling some pressure from Noah Friedman, will hold on for a faceoff. 17:46 to go in the second period now. 3-1 lead for the Tar Heels after a goal just a minute and 10 seconds into the period. From the Tar Heels, David Mahan. Quick one-timer off the draw. Big save by Sneager. A great chance there for Miglior. Chaos in front of the net now. Down on his stomach is Sneager, and the Tar Heels unable to get the puck to the net. Virginia Tech able to gain the red line and clear it in as they alleviate some pressure. Wrapped around the wall to the near side, Kramer. Looking rink wide for Henry Foster, who collects in traffic. Loses it in his skates for a moment, but recollects and brings it down the right wing. He'll take it straight to the net, looking to go high near side, and it whistled just past the ear of Sneager and into the glass behind the net. Virginia Tech clearing it back up the ice. Down the near left wing comes Walther. Crossing with Masuro, leaves it for him high slot. Masuro looking to the middle, and it's through skates and all the way across, swept into the near corner from the point by Virginia Tech. Baduzzi on the near wall, looking back to the blue line. Couple of Tar Heels there with some pressure, and they're going to get it out. Here goes Foster down the right wing, looking for some help. In comes Daniel Jones, but Foster, no time, has to take the shot, and it's shouldered away by Sneager. Foster doing yeoman's work in that far corner now. Back in control of it, looking to the blue line. He's got Malone. He'll tee up a slapper. It hit somebody in front and then caught the post, but it stays out. Tar Heels back in control again. Foster looking rink wide. Taken off the wall and chopped in by Jack Gleason. Tar Heels still on the forecheck. Hogan behind the net with some pressure. Swatted around the near side, held in at the blue line by Malone. He'll wrist one towards the net. Hit a stick, and then it's knocked away by Sneager. Stayed on the ice the whole way there. Now Mahan along that far wall. He's already got a couple for the Tar Heels. Maybe another here, and the one-timer from the far circle whistles wide. Simon Malone tees one up, and that one sizzles past the far post. Held in once again by Gleason on that far side blue line. They'll shovel it in for Walsh. Across to Malone, sent back across, and he was looking for a tip in front and didn't get it. Walsh collects again. He'll retreat out into neutral ice as he couldn't hold the zone, and the Tar Heels couldn't quite get out in time. Walsh was a little early in, and offsides called. We'll have a quick stoppage and a face-off with 15:41 to go in the second. Chris Lehman with you here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Tar Heels don't look like they haven't played a game pace or a full-on game in a month and a half. They look pretty crisp and pretty strong here in this one against Virginia Tech so far. They'll move it up the right wing. Looking to cut to the middle, Zach Mangle. Weaves through traffic and into the far corner. Couldn't get a shot away. Back to the point, he finds an open teammate, Graham Caron. His first shot blocked, but he'll kick it to the far corner and go get it. Looking back to the middle, his slant pass missed everybody, and it skitters all the way down behind the UNC net. Those Kendrick Holmes the first to it. That's Sam Ives, who sends it right back from the far wall. Kendrick Holmes up the near side this time. Pass tip to the middle. Here's a chance for Virginia Tech. Great back check from Mangle to knock the puck off the stick of Potocny, because that was a golden chance, and now back on an odd man rush, a chance for the Tar Heels, but Mangle taken down cleanly in the far circle, trying to get it to the middle. Back and forth they go. Virginia Tech gets it deep, and this time the Virginia Tech bench up in arms. I believe they called icing on that one. But it didn't look like it was going to be. And somebody on the Virginia Tech bench not happy. So we got some gesturing and some choice words coming over there. But the face-off will go down to the Virginia Tech end on the near side of Sneager's net. Face-off won by Friedman. Tar Heels will control up at the blue line. Jones having trouble maintaining the line and has to retreat. Loses the puck in his skates, and Virginia Tech takes that opportunity to get it deep and make a change. Behind his own net now Miglior. Under some pressure from the Hokie forecheck and a hit from behind. This might be a 5-minute major. We'll see when the puck gets touched. Miglior a little bit slow getting up, but a chance for the Tar Heels down ice, and we've got some pushing and shoving afterwards as Daniel Jones on that far post had some hack and whack time there. But we'll wait and see. Miglior, it was really just some excessive forechecking, I would say, but the Hokie, and again, I didn't see the number as the puck went up the ice pretty quickly, but the Hokie, who is guilty, just a little overzealous and kind of rid Miglior from behind, or rode him, I should say, into the wall here in the near corner from behind. It looks like it's Gavin Morrison who will sit in the sin bin, and the officials right now having a conference in front of the scorer's table, I think trying to determine whether they're going to make this a 5-minute major or if it'll stay as a 2-minute minor. I'll wait to see. Looks like they've given word to the scorer's table. We have to wait and see, and it will be a 5-minute major. So this is a huge opportunity for North Carolina, as they'll have a man advantage for 5 minutes regardless of how many times they score here. And if I'm not mistaken, that'll be the evening for Morrison, which really is a bit of a shame. It was a dangerous play. I don't think it was intentional by any means, but it just too strong from behind on Miglior. So he gets the game misconduct and heads to the locker room. And instead in the box to take his place is Jake Hogan of Virginia Tech. So he'll be in there for 5 minutes, 14-12 to go in this second period, and a chance to blow things open for the Tar Heels here. Virginia Tech, though, wins the draw, clear it all, and they'll clear it all the way down behind Douthit's net, where he'll set it on a tee for Henry Foster. Pretty conservative start to this penalty kill for Virginia Tech. Not a lot of pressure up ice. Mahan will carry it down the far left wing. Looking to middle. One-timer, they score! 19 seconds into the man advantage, and the Tar Heels back in front by 3 goals now. This time it's Leighton Walsh with the finish for Mahan. That's 2 goals and an assist today. And the Tar Heels putting a stranglehold on this game here midway through. Still 4:40 left on the man advantage on a major penalty for a hit from behind by Gavin Morrison. Tar Heels breaking back in. They'll set up the power play. Mahan along the far wall. Getting some help and a nice job by Foster to hold the blue line with his skate. This goes across for Hogan, sweeps it back behind, taken off the wall by Saboden. Up top for Foster. Top power play unit out there right now for the Tar Heels. Thrown to the middle, loose puck in the low slot, and it's chipped away and cleared out by Virginia Tech. They may look for some shorthanded offense here. In comes Gustafson. Has it stripped away by Foster. He's got speed to move past the benches along the far wall. Angling to the middle. Handed off for Hogan. Sends it to the far corner. Taken on a bank by Mahan. Back up top for Foster at the blue line. Over to the far wall, Hogan. Across for Saboden. His shot, big save made by Sneager. And the puck is loose underneath him. He couldn't find it, but neither could the official. He'll blow the whistle. And both teams will make changes on the ice as a face-off will be on the far right side of Brian Sneager in the Virginia Tech net. 12:51 to go in the second period. 3:39 still on the power play for North Carolina. It'll be Noah Friedman to take the draw. Up against Miles Walther of Virginia Tech. Friedman wins it to the wall for Kramer on the far side. They'll hand it off. Now Friedman at the blue line. Has some time and space. Dusts it off. Back down into that far corner. He'll get it back. The quarterback on this power play, Friedman. Little give and go with Malone. Friedman throws it towards the net. Gets stuck in skates, and Virginia Tech fails to clear. Another chance for the Tar Heels. Beeson with 2 tries and 2 big saves there from Sneager. And now the Hokie penalty kill, able to send it all the way down the ice. 3:08 to go on the man advantage for UNC. It is a 4-1 lead for the Tar Heels at this point. They've got a pair of power play goals here tonight and a shorthanded one as well. Patrick Kramer along the far wall, setting things up for this Tar Heel power play. Lifts it behind the net. Friedman unable to corral, and the Virginia Tech penalty kill again, going to wrap it all the way around the wall and out. Caught an awkward bounce, but fortunately for the Tar Heels, no Virginia Tech Hokies in the vicinity. And so Simon Malone collects and carries it up the far left wing. Dangles through some traffic. Wraparound chance, tried to stuff it on the near post, and it's denied nicely by Sneager. And again, Virginia Tech sends it all the way down. A little over halfway through the 5-minute man advantage for North Carolina. Only took 19 seconds for them to put one past Brian Sneager. Trying to get another one. Mahan with speed. They'll be bodied off the puck over on that far wall. And again, Virginia Tech sends the puck into neutral ice. Foster will retreat for it. Banks it behind his own net. Looking for some space for Hogan. And he has to send it around. Now Leighton Walsh taken down on a good forecheck by Walther. They'll waste some more time. Puck squirts loose. It'll be picked up by Foster. That top power play unit out there again for North Carolina. Hogan carrying it behind. And a penalty called. Well, no, I think again the net may have come off. We'll keep an eye out. That's exactly what happened down there on that far end. And it hasn't taken much to knock either of these nets off. Any significant pressure on those posts seems to dislodge the net. So play has to stop. Tar Heel's going to have to win an offensive zone draw, and Misha Saboden does. Back to Foster up top again. He'll throw one through traffic, hit a leg in front, deflected into the near corner. Hogan first to it for the Tar Heels. It's popped straight up in the air, and it looks like the net is moving, so the puck was out of play. And so another face-off, this time to the near left side of the Virginia Tech net. 1:30 to go on the man advantage. 10:42 to go in the second period. Tar Heels have doubled their score and grown their lead from 1-3 here this period so far. Big block off the face-off, and Virginia Tech able to clear it all the way down in on Douthit, who will leave it for Foster. Foster picks up speed behind his own net, has space straight through the middle of the neutral zone now. Carries it in. Button hooks in front of the Tar Heel bench, and a collision away from the puck is going to draw a penalty on North Carolina. And I believe this is Beeson who's going to go to the box. And he'll get 2 for interference. So the power play effectively coming to an end now for North Carolina. With about 10.5 minutes to go here in the second period. But more importantly for this Virginia Tech penalty kill now, which has now become a 4-on-4, it's a free clearance down the ice after the Tar Heels had cleanly entered the offensive zone on a power play. Friedman loses the draw for the Tar Heels. Virginia Tech, D-to-D at the blue line. Quick shot through traffic, and now we've got a horn coming from the scorer's table. It did look like they had run a few extra seconds off the clock accidentally during that stoppage. And they also needed to get the penalty up on the board as well. So they've got the 2-minute penalty up there to Beeson now. The face-off will be to the near right side of Will Douthit, right in front of us here in the corner. Friedman up against Salvato of Virginia Tech, and Friedman wins it back into the corner. Miglio around the wall for Daniel Jones, and he'll carry it out himself down the far side of the wall. Banks it in behind the Virginia Tech net. and wins the race to it. Finds Friedman in the far corner. Sent right around the wall, back to Jones in the near corner. Looking for some help. There are two white jerseys there who take over, and Virginia Tech going to be able to break out here. Salvato down the near left wing, has Miglior watching him into the corner. Lugging it behind the net. Miglior all over him there. Down to 35 seconds left on that 5-minute major to Morrison for boarding. And about 1:15 now on the penalty to Beeson for interference. Here's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Friedman coming in, throws it just wide as it looked like a sprawling Kevin McAfee threw him off. Nice defensive play by the Hokie defenseman. Now Foster, little spinorama around McAfee on the far wall. Cuts straight to the goal. Big save by Sneager. Loose puck on the side of the goal, picked up by McAfee, and Virginia Tech will look to break it out up the far wall. On and off the stick of Nick Masuro, who loses an edge. And the Tar Heels take over quickly through neutral ice. Foster down the right wing on the near side. Wrists it to the middle, looking for a tip from Hogan. And Hogan unable to get a stick to it. And Virginia Tech again in control will bring it out. Rink wide, taken off the wall by Peduzzi. Looking to the middle, trying to find Walther for a tip and can. But Virginia Tech holds the blue line far side. Slater sends it deep. Malone avoids a check and sends it up the near wall. Sent right back by Peduzzi behind the net. And again, North Carolina will regroup defensively. Malone throws it off the glass. Took an awkward carom off a stanchion and ends up in deep, but the race to the puck will negate icing. Tar Heels first to it. Foster, high slot, wrist shot just wide. Rebound on the side of the goal, denied nicely by the stick of Sneager. And Virginia Tech breaks it up the near side once more. Masuro sweeps it to the far side. Taken off the wall by Gleason. Looking to the middle, he's got Foster. Plenty of space in the neutral zone for Henry Foster. Forced into the far corner by Eric Slater. Dips under that check and gets pinned behind the Virginia Tech net now. 8 minutes to go. We're playing 5-on-5 hockey now for these two teams, and there's a whistle down in the Virginia Tech end as Sneager melts things down. No, hold on. It looked like that was just a stoppage of play. There's a penalty for cross-checking coming up, though, on Virginia Tech. It's going to go against Eric Slater. So another power play for the Tar Heels, who already have a pair of goals on the man advantage. And the two they've scored have come quickly as well. Not going to be that top unit out there this time, though. Friedman unable to win the draw. Virginia Tech clears it all the way down the ice. 7:50 to go in period number 2. Behind the net, Malone. Leaves it for Friedman with some speed, but a nice little forecheck there from Hathaway, who knocks down Malone behind the net and delays the breakout a little bit. Malone back on his feet, back with the puck. Weaving through the middle of the ice, cuts straight through the middle of the slot, had the puck poked away. Now it's Jones who shoots it just wide from the top of the near circle. That puck squirted loose. Tar Heels were able to get to it, though. Virginia Tech clears it all the way down. Hathaway back into pressure for the penalty kill. He'll pin the puck in that far corner and waste some more time. Great work by C.J. Hathaway, who still has control. Took it from 3 Tar Heels, and Virginia Tech a chance shorthanded and a big pad save by Douthit. Another one-timer from the near circle is stopped by Douthit again. That time it was Noah Kamen getting the shot away. And the Tar Heels able to escape danger over halfway through the power play now. Jones carries it down that left wing. Has it stripped away and cleared right back out by Virginia Tech's Tim Donovan. 40 seconds left on the man advantage as Henry Foster gets to it behind the UNC net. Tar Heels will set up their breakout and move forward. Lifted up the near side, set on a tee by Saboden for a speeding Hogan. Nice play in the neutral zone by Whistler, Virginia Tech. He slows things down. Carolina regroups. This time Foster going to carry it in himself. Down that far left wing. Cycles behind the net with it. Still gliding with the puck. Sends it back up the wall for Hogan. He'll walk it down the boards and into the corner. Some pressure there from Kamen. 8 seconds left on the power play. Puck behind the Virginia Tech net now. Along to the far corner, Saboden up top for Foster. He'll take the wrist shot, didn't get through, and that will finish off the power play for the Tar Heels as Eric Slater's back onto the ice. As he steps on, he'll collect a clearance from Virginia Tech and send it deep. Salvato putting some pressure on Foster now in the near corner. He sends it up the boards for Hogan. Walsh spinning out of pressure. He finds Saboden in the middle now. Misha Saboden, nice little inside-out move. He shoots in, a big save by Sneager. Great individual effort there from Misha Saboden. Still pressure from the Tar Heels in the offensive end. Virginia Tech able to force the puck out of the zone, though. Walther chips and chases. He'll be the first to the puck in the near corner. Behind the net, he'll leave it for Masuro, who gives it back. Lifted out in front for Pedozzi, and a nice save made by Douthit, who held strong to the near post and holds on to the rebound as well with 5:13 to go in the period. Well, this has been an uphill battle this period for Virginia Tech. A lot of penalties. They've had to defend for a long time. 3 penalties, but a total of 9 penalty minutes, as one of them was a major. And so they've spent a good 7-8 minutes killing penalties right now, and the Tar Heels score quickly up the far side in a beautiful wrist shot. Ends up past Sneager and in the net. It looks like it was number 10, Zach Mangle, who finished on the rush. So a 5-1 lead for the Tar Heels. We talked about that's where Virginia Tech looked strongest in the first period. We've seen the Tar Heels on a couple of quick rushes score goals here in this second period. One was Mahan early on in the first couple minutes, and the other one just a moment ago off the stick of Zach Mengel. Tar Heels looking to break it out. Taking a hit is Karen, sending it up the near wall, but held in at the blue line by the Hokies, Salvata. Vaglia now will work it around the wall to the far side. UNC still trying to get out of the zone. Mangle holding on to it along the hashes. Circles back behind his own net and finds Graham Karen on the near wall. Up for Ives. Looking rink wide for Mangle. It was behind him, and Whistler loses an edge trying to gain the blue line and instead just sweeps it all the way in. Karen with some pressure from Salvato behind the net. Sends it across for Wills Kendrick Holmes. Lifted up into neutral ice. Beeson collects. He's got speed. Looks to take the shot. Fanned on the first attempt. The second try from a bad angle is shouldered away by Sneager. Beeson back to it in the corner. Sent out in front. And that one chopped wide by a Tar Heel stick. Virginia Tech still can't clear. Took an extra effort. They get it to the red line, but Daniel Jones carries it right back in. He's dispossessed at the blue line. Tar Heels hold the zone, though. Into the near corner, it's sent deep. Swatted up the wall, and the Hokies clear once more. Chipped in, but Miglior there for UNC. Tried to slide one through a small hole in the middle for Beeson. It's deflected to the far wall, and spinning and sending it in is Daniel Jones. Tar Heels back on the forecheck. Miglior jumping up to try and knock down an aerial clearance and can't. Jones gets back to it for UNC. Long up that far wall with a stretch pass for Foster. He'll tee up a wrist shot. That was blocked in front. Right back to Foster, though. Trying to sweep it out in front, can't do so. Henry Foster behind the net now, hounded by Kamen. And another Hokie in Potocny. Squirts out in front. Having to hold the post is Sneager. He sprawls down on the ice and can't find it. And eventually it looks like a Hokie defenseman able to slide it under his netminder and get a stoppage with 2:56 to play in the period. 5-1 Tar Heel lead. A little bit unexpected here against Virginia Tech. After the Hokies put on a really strong showing, you wonder how much energy they expended last night in a shootout loss to the Ice Pack. Either way, this has been a pretty impressive showing from North Carolina. They've come out and stuck to a grinder type of a game plan, I would say, to wear things down. Virginia Tech in transition, and a big save made by Douthit. Streaking in from the far wall was Miles Walther. That puck ended up in the netting up behind the UNC cage. So the faceoff stays in the Tar Heel end to the far left side of Douthit. It'll be Peduzzi to take it for Virginia Tech. Wins it forward through the legs of Walsh, but can't track it down. And the Tar Heels will break out. Saboden through the middle, finds Leighton Walsh down the left wing. He'll carry it across the blue line. Little drag move to the middle, wraps it around behind, wide open net in front, and the Tar Heels can't get a shot away. Saboden was right there in the low slot and just couldn't get a stick to the bouncing puck. UNC regroups in the neutral zone. Mahan in front of the scorer's table will lift it deep and behind the Virginia Tech net with just over 2 minutes to play. Hokie defense first to it. Again, really struggling to find a lane out. They're able to go rink wide off the wall and out, but they can't possess a neutral ice. Now it's Wills Kendrick Holmes resetting in his own end for the Tar Heels. Banks one up the near wall, can't find a teammate, and it's swatted all the way down for icing by Eric Slater of Virginia Tech. 1:51 to go in the second period. Comfortable 5-1 lead now. For North Carolina, and an offensive zone faceoff to boot. Off the draw, Michael Vaglia wins it for the Tar Heels to the wall. Zach Mangle now in control in that far corner, tries to slide it along the goal line to the middle. That's shut down, but it's worked back to the point for Graham Caron. Across to Kendrick Holmes. Fans on the wrist shot. Loose puck collected by Walther for Virginia Tech, and he'll clear it down the near wall and all the way past the goal line, but they will wave off icing. So play continues. Virginia Tech caught in the midst of a change. Here comes Vaglia up the near right wing. Looking to the middle for a tip, and that one's shut down. As a Tar Heel took a spill, some good pressure from the Virginia Tech defense. 1:05 to go in this second period. Again, the Hokies will skate it up the near side. Cutting in the middle, Salvato, and a nice check from Friedman to knock him off the puck, but the Hokies still in control. High wrist shot, bodied down by Douthit. That one coming off the stick of Stephen Rochia. And the Tar Heels, just to alleviate some pressure, will clear it all the way down the ice for an icing call. 49 seconds to go in this second period. Tar Heels have outscored Virginia Tech 3-0 here in the second. Friedman to take the draw for North Carolina up against Clay Potocny. And Potocny wins it. Quick shot in on Douthit. He'll swallow it up with the glove and have another face-off coming to the far side. Just 3 seconds tick off the clock there. But more importantly for UNC, with that cover-up, they can get some fresh legs on the ice. Friedman staying out there, as did Josh Carlson. Everyone else making a change. Daniel Jones, one of the fresh legs, collects behind his own net as the Tar Heels control off the draw. Left for Miglior, banked up the wall for Beeson. He'll go across the ice on a bank to Carlson. Up for Daniel Jones, who gives it back to Carlson. Wrist shot, hit a body on the way in, and Virginia Tech carries it back out. Through neutral ice, it'll be lugged in by Dominic Fantozzi. Fantozzi cutting to the middle, taken down, and a hand up. Tar Heels going to get called for a penalty here. Virginia Tech, 14 seconds to go in the period, and now a shot coming after the whistle. And it looks like we might get a pair going now, as Potocny got into it in front of the Tar Heel net with Daniel Jones. I believe it was Jones who took him down, but now with the retaliation, I think Potocny has negated the power play. We'll wait and see how everything pans out, whether it's 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, but certainly one aside in the penalty box, so it should be even strength either way. 13 seconds to go here in the second period. The faceoff is going to stay in the Tar Heel end, and we're going to play 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, which obviously will bleed into that third period. Salvato to take the draw up against Brian Hogan of the Tar Heels. And Virginia Tech wins that faceoff. Maybe a quick chance for a shot. Down to 7 seconds to go. Shot from the far point, glove down by Douthit. Hokies looking to center it. Salvato can't do it, and Henry Foster going to pin it in that far corner to wind down the second period. An eventful period, a lot going on, and we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 1:47 as we get into the third period. But after 2, it's 5-1 Tar Heels over the Hokies. Welcome back to the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman with you as we get set for the third and final period between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Virginia Tech Hokies. It was a big second period for North Carolina, outscoring the Hokies 3-0. If memory serves correctly, that's exactly what happened to Virginia Tech in the second period last night against the Ice Pack. It was a tough second period, and they found themselves if I'm not mistaken, it was either 2-2 or 3-2 going into that third period, but it was a tough second period. And once again, that's how it was for Virginia Tech. Now, the big difference today, a little bit shorthanded from what I've gleaned. Not everybody that played last night is at 100% for this game here this afternoon. And, of course, really, you could really consider nobody quite at 100%, considering the fact that they finished up that game against NC State, who, worth noting, top-ranked team in the region, in the Southeast region, and a top-5 team nationally. So he took a conceded effort, really, from this, or concerted effort, I guess would be the better way to put it, of this Virginia Tech team to really push NC State to the limit last night. And you can see that in the energy level for them here today. They just don't quite have the legs that they need here against North Carolina, who's done a very good job, I think, of being physical, of making things difficult for Virginia Tech. And as a result, they've had their fair share of success here, particularly on special teams. 3 of their 5 goals, or I guess better to say only 2 of their goals have come at even strength, as they've got a pair of power play goals and a shorthanded goal. But we're ready to play the final 20 minutes. Tar Heels moving towards us here in this third period in their blue unis, and the white Virginia Tech is moving away from us. Tar Heels get it deep off the draw, sent right back out by Virginia Tech, but Henry Foster there to take it away and bring it back in. He's also dispossessed. Virginia Tech now with space up the near right side. It's Veneri looking for a shot on Douthit. He'll body it down, and behind the net it goes. Couple of Hokies back behind. Virginia Tech wins that battle. Whistler backhands it around the wall. Veneri sweeps it towards the net. Hard bank off that half wall, kept in. Well, just barely kept in by Noah Kamen. And Virginia Tech continuing to put some pressure on the Tar Heels here. And it's going to take one heck of a period from Virginia Tech here to make this interesting and give themselves a chance. Long pass up the near wall. Corralled under pressure by Henry Foster. Steps around one Hokie, but can't take the puck with him. Picked up by Saboden for the Tar Heels now. He'll dance in. Looking out in front as he circles behind. Nobody there to help out. And Virginia Tech will carry it straight up the middle. Baduzzi looking to the far side for Macero. He's under pressure there from Wills Kendrick Holmes. And the Tar Heels able to lift it back up and out. Snap, stick in the neutral zone will give the Tar Heels a chance. Kramer coming in with Saboden, looking across, and a great diving play made by Macero on the back check to disrupt that pass to the middle. Tar Heels still on the attack, though. Kendrick Holmes whistles a wrister wide on the near side. Loose puck on the half wall. Lifted up, held in, though, by Graham Karen nicely at the blue line. He's going to step in with it to the high slot. Fans on a shot, still loose there in the middle of the zone, and a white jersey gets to it. I believe it was Kamen who lifts it up and out. And the Hokies will get a change. Doesn't have enough for icing, so play continues. Wills Kendrick Holmes under some pressure. Looks around for Graham Karen. He slings it back behind to Kendrick Holmes again. Now across looking for Karen. Lost it in his skates, and Virginia Tech clears it from neutral ice back into the Tar Heel end. UNC going to quickly bring it back up, though. Mahan clears it deep and chases it down behind the goal. Nice defensive effort there from Kevin McAfee to knock it loose. Tar Heels hold it at the blue line, though. Loose puck in the near corner. Beeson looking to the middle. Trickles through the crease, and nobody gets a stick to it. Now it's Daniel Jones for the Tar Heels. Backhands it down the far wall. There to pick it up, though, is Potocny, and he'll clear it into the neutral zone, where they can fight over it in front of the scoring table. Tar Heels come away with it. Up the near left wing, it's Daniel Jones. Has his head up as he enters the zone, looking for some help. Backhands it through the slot. Nobody gets a stick to it. Up at the blue line, Beeson slings it back deep. Now Leighton Walsh in control. Knocked off his stick. Miglior pinching in, couldn't hold the zone. And Beeson retreats for it. He'll swat it all the way back for Daniel Jones. Trying to catch Virginia Tech on a change. It's a stretch pass for Leighton Walsh. Steps around a defender as he enters the zone. Down the right wing, he's got Beeson. Looking to the middle, it went under the pad of Sneager, but missed wide. Beeson again in the near corner. Backhand pass to the middle. Nobody there in a blue jersey. At the blue line, the deflected pass is one-timed in by Simon Malone. And the Hokies will try to break out once more. Rowley up the wall. Just barely got past the blue line. Gleason couldn't hold it. And the Tar Heels will switch up some bodies and reset in their own end. Simon Malone wraps it around the wall. He's got Gleason there, furthered along. Nice little move by Friedman to move it forward. He's going to lift a pass through neutral ice. He finds an open teammate. And Josh Carlson looking to the slot. He had Mangle and Friedman there. Neither could get a stick to it, but the Tar Heels still on the attack. Carlson looking to the middle, just under the stick of Friedman, and it skitters all the way back to the Tar Heel end. Once again, they'll move it quickly up ice. Stretch pass over the stick of Mangle. Doesn't have enough for icing. It's swatted right back out by Noah Kamen. And as they battle for it along the side wall in the neutral zone, it pops up into the netting. There to protect the fans on the near side. Face-off will go to center ice with the stoppage. Just over 4 minutes gone in this third period. No score in this segment so far. In fact, says the longest into a period the Tar Heels have gone today without scoring. They scored at the 3-minute mark of the first period. And then just a minute and 10 seconds into the second. Both those tallies coming from David Mahan. Off the draw. Hokies get it deep, and they'll go in on the forecheck. Sam Ives pitching it up the far wall, can't get it out, and he'll chase down the loose puck. Looking to the near side this time, throws it behind his open teammate there in Graham Caron, and the Tar Heels going to have to fight just to get into neutral ice. They don't get very far either. Veneri bringing it right back in. Hard wrist shot. Looks like it sounded like almost like it hit the mask of Douthit. It caught something and deflected up into the netting behind. So the faceoff stays in the offensive zone for Virginia Tech here with 15:27 to go in this contest. Faceoff on the near side of Will Douthit. UNC controls the draw. They'll work it around to the far side, deflected up and out by Patrick Kramer. Chipping it along is Henry Foster. After he got rid of the puck, he's knocked down, and there's a penalty coming up on Virginia Tech. They'll touch up, and another power play coming for the Tar Heels, who have already got a pair of goals on the man advantage here this evening. And this time it'll be Grant Gustafson who takes a 2-minute trip to the sin bin. And this has been a really fun power play to watch from North Carolina here today. As they send out that top line of Saboden, Walsh, and Mahan, they've got Henry Foster and Brian Hogan at the points. Tar Heels control on the near wall. Walsh walking with it under some pressure from Slater, who knocks it loose, and Virginia Tech might have a shorthanded opportunity here. Nick Masuro knocked off the puck nicely, and we're going to have a penalty. It looked like a hit, but the official down there closer, I guess, saw the stick of Henry Foster. Must have been in the legs of Masuro when he went down, and so a tripping penalty will send us to 4-on-4 hockey. Face-off on the near side of Will Douthit. Again, the Tar Heels will control the draw. That's one place that they've won the majority of the battles without a doubt today. Done a great job in the face-off circle. Looking to go on the attack. Beeson steps around a stumbling defenseman and carries it behind the net. So again, Slater able to dispossess Beeson and clears it up for Masuro. He'll carry it in. Leaving it there for Peduzzi, who couldn't corral it. Now the Tar Heels back up on a rush. It's Kramer to the middle, looking for Miglior, and it went through his skates, and Virginia Tech gets it out to center ice, but no further. Turned back in by Jones from the near left wing. Whistles one high, and it wraps around the boards and all the way back to the Tar Heel bench in the neutral zone. They'll get a couple of fresh bodies out there, and now David Mahan picking up speed down the left wing, and into the near corner he goes, wrapping behind the net with it. Couple of Hokie defensemen there, they'll knock it loose. First one to it in the near corner now is Noah Kamen, who sends it up the wall. It'll be deflected along for C.J. Hathaway. Carries it in, stops at the blue line, sweeps it back behind the net. 35 seconds left on the penalty to the Hokies, and the penalty On the Tar Heels, Henry Foster still has about 40 seconds to go. It's about a 18-second difference on the 2 penalty clocks, so an abbreviated power play coming up here shortly for Virginia Tech, who can't hold the offensive zone at the moment. Hogan bringing it forward for the Tar Heels. He's got Saboden with him as he carries it to the near corner. And once again, Slater knocks it loose. Can't clear, though. Shot from the point, and a rebound loose on the side, and the net comes off its moorings once again as Saboden was trying to stuff it home on Sneager. Smart shot there from the near point by Jack Gleason, who created that chaos in front. And it's still 4-on-4 here for another 2 seconds. And then it's a Virginia Tech power play. Offensive zone draw, though, for the Tar Heels here, so get a little bit of alleviated pressure. Virginia Tech wins and immediately clears it out of the zone. They get stalled out at their own blue line, though. Walther looking for space up the near right wing. Trying to get around Hogan. He's bodied off the puck. Down to the last 3 seconds of the power play. And Foster will hop back out onto the ice. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey between the Tar Heels and the Hokies. Still a 5-1 lead for UNC. They might add to it here as Walsh brings it in. Looking for the shot. Loose rebound in front, and they score! Friedman on the follow-up from Walsh. And it's 6-1 Tar Heels. .12:41 to go, and if that's not the proverbial last nail in the coffin, it's the second to last. Virginia Tech really running out of time, as we mentioned. It's really difficult to turn around and play a game less than 24 hours after you just played a really hard-fought game against one of the top teams in ACHA D2 hockey in the country. And a lot of credit, too, to the Tar Heels. This was a game they could have come in feeling rusty, having not played in a couple of months, or not quite a couple of months, but a good month to month and a half. Could have come out sloppy, could have come out slow, and allowed Virginia Tech to stay in this game. But ever since the second period, they've really started to run away. Another chance here. Loose in front. Beeson can't get the shot away. Good centering pass look there from Josh Carlson, who lays a hit on the near wall, trying to disrupt the Virginia Tech breakout, and he does. Tar Heels send it right back in. They need a change, so they'll go off to switch up bodies. And the Hokies will look to break out once again. It gets tied up in the neutral zone. UNC regains control. Miglior forcing it past the benches and into the Hokie end. Behind his own net, Kamen sends it off the glass, hit an official, and stays in the zone. Tar Heels back on the forecheck. Winning the battle is Mangle. Quickly dispossessed, though, by Whistler on the near corner. And Drew Whistler clears it out. Daniel Jones now for North Carolina at his own blue line sends it candy-wampus to the far corner. Having some trouble with it, Gustafson sweeps it up the far wall. Some help from Salvato, but they still can't clear. Good pinch there from Miglior. Getting some help as well from Michael Vaglia as they pin it right in front of the Virginia Tech bench. Hokies poke it loose and come away with it. Salvato turns on the Jets. He's in alone, and he scores! Well, no, hold on. He looked up like he scored. It looked like it went straight through the legs of Douthit and into the net and then back out. But I didn't see a signal from the official that it went in. But there is a penalty on the play that will go against Daniel Jones. So, pardon me, no goal for the Hokies, but they will have a 2-minute man advantage as Jones is called for a hooking penalty. Back to the power play for Virginia Tech. Still looking for their first power play goal of the evening. Just 0 for 3 on the man advantage so far. Worth noting, though, that 2 of those power plays combined for less than 30 seconds of power play time. But they're stuck in their own end here as the Tar Heels clear it out immediately. They've been sitting back there for a while. Salvato trying to set up the breakout, down to 90 seconds left on the power play. 10:25 to go in this third period, and a comfortable 5-goal lead for UNC. Trying to make a statement here early on in this latter portion of the ACCHL season. And on the forecheck, Foster here shorthanded, forces it back behind the net. Slater took an awkward fall as his stick got tied up in a hole in the, or like a gap between the ice and the boards. He's still down. So this is 4-on-4 hockey right now. And Slater, very slow getting up, gets a helping whistle from one of the officials. But we'll take a look. It looks like Slater's going to be okay. Unfortunately, as he went to collect that puck, there are a couple of gaps between the boards and the ice where the Zamboni doors are. And it looked like Slater's blade got jammed in the boards. And he might have accidentally speared himself in the gut, which certainly does not feel pleasant. 9:59 to go in the third. 58 seconds left on the Virginia Tech power play. But they've got a face-off in their own end. They'll control off the draw. Masuro looking to carry it out himself and will. Cuts to the far side wall and carries it down the left wing. Pestered by Mahan as he carries it back behind the net. Circling around, trying to go short side on Douthit, who squeezes the post and shuts it down. And Wills Kendrick Holmes sends it all the way down the rink for Sneeger to put on a tee. And it'll be picked up by Tim Donovan. Donovan moving forward for Tech. Down that right wall in the near side of the zone. He sweeps it around behind the net. Kendrick Holmes pins it along the wall in the corner. Far side for the Tar Heels, wasting some time. It squirts loose. Now Masuro with it for the Hokie power play. Down to 18 seconds left on the man advantage. Still Nick Masuro looking in front. Hit a stick and deflects back to the point. Shot coming from Walter from the far circle. Douthit makes the save. A little bit out of position. Puck loose on the near side of the goal, and the Hokies can't get a stick to it. Back behind the net, they'll scrum for it again. Power play over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as North Carolina clears it all the way down and escapes the danger of the man advantage. That makes Virginia Tech 0 for 4 on the power play now, but they're still in on the attack. Centering pass. Knocked away by Beeson. He's going to collect it. Moving forward on the rush with Josh Carlson, and shot denied at the defense by Virginia Tech. Back out to the high slot, though, for Friedman. He'll carry it in. Lurking on the near side. Centering pass sent back into the near corner. Virginia Tech picks it up. Masuro pitchforks it out. Daniel Jones on center ice collects again. Steps through a defenseman, but can't maintain control of the puck. And now Kevin McAfee clears it out. He gave Jones a little bit of a hack there after getting rid of it, but will play on. Good chance in front for Virginia Tech. Back and forth they go, but they can't get a shot away as they had Douthit going post to post a couple of times, and the Tar Heels clear it out once more. Neutral zone battle. Mangle knocked down as he dumps it in. He'll lay a hit on the near wall. But Virginia Tech still able to get it all the way back behind Douthit in the UNC cage. Tar Heels will look to set up the breakout. Up to Mangle on the near wall. Going cross ice, trying to find Sam Mize. It's on and off his stick, but it's Vaglia picking it up for the Tar Heels. Looking to the middle, and a pad save made by Sneeger. Not sure if it was on goal from Vaglia, but a nice job by Sneeger to get a pad to it and deflect it off course. And away from the Tar Heel coming to the near post. I believe that was Ives. Virginia Tech in control in their own end. Nice pass there from Slater, lifted up the far side. He found Griffin Mudge, who sends it deep. Veneri the first to it for the Hokies behind the net. Sweeps it around into the near corner. Having trouble with it is Whistler. And instead, the Tar Heels going to get control. Mangle looking to clear it deep, but Slater knocks it down. Tar Heels are fortunate there that Virginia Tech needed a change as well. They send it right back into the UNC end, and North Carolina will break it out. Foster knocked off the puck at the red line on the near boards. Puck in the middle, and a penalty coming up to Patrick Kramer. A little bit of a late hit on Whistler after he got rid of it for Virginia Tech. And so another power play for the Hokies. It'll be 2 minutes for kneeing on Kramer. Third power play opportunity of the period for Virginia Tech, 5th of the game. But again, as we mentioned, we're kind of stressing that 2 of those power plays combined for, I believe, a grand total of 28 seconds. So not a lot of power play time on some of those opportunities. This one will be a full 2 minutes, barring anything else. And Virginia Tech able to hold the zone momentarily, but couldn't gain possession. And the Tar Heel penalty kill sends it all the way down the rink. Set up behind the net by Sneeger, collected there by Donovan. He'll go up the wall looking for a teammate in Finn Rowley, but Rowley couldn't corral it, and the Tar Heels send it back in once more. Again, Virginia Tech will look to break it out. Stephen Riccia, rink wide to the near side for Kamen. His pass up the wall is shut down, and they'll battle for it at the Tar Heel blue line. Looks like it popped up into the netting on the near side, and we'll have another face-off. The only thing to determine is whether it'll be a neutral zone face-off on top of the Tar Heel blue line, or if it'll be in the NC or the UNCN. And it will be in the UNC zone on the near side of Douthit. Kevin Peduzzi to take the draw up against Leighton Walsh of North Carolina. Peduzzi wins it. Hokies will control. Peduzzi across to the top of the far circle. Wrist shot, hit a body. Salvato tried to throw it through traffic. And again, UNC clears it all the way down. Just about halfway through the power play for Virginia Tech. Kevin McAfee slowly making his way up past his own bench on the far side. Banks it off the wall for Salvato, who sends it in behind the Tar Heel cage where Daniel Jones will collect it. Under pressure from a couple of Hokies, he loses control. Now Masuro for Virginia Tech in the near corner. Powering his way behind the net, and he's going to be taken down, losing his stick, and another penalty on the Tar Heels. This one's going to be a slashing call. And we'll see 38 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey here for Virginia Tech. And this is the second penalty against Daniel Jones here this period. Off the far circle draw, Hokies control. 5-on-3 starts, just 30 seconds left on it now. Lifted back to the blue line for Salvato. He'll dust it off. Over to Slater on the near side. He'll pull the trigger. Hit a Tar Heel on the way through, but still loose on the side of the goal. Back out in front. One-timer from Walther, missed just wide on the far side. Back to Miles Walther. He'll slide it into the corner. Gets it right back. Looking across. One-time shot directed just wide off the stick of Fantozzi. And now the Tar Heels will gain control of it and clear it out. That should finish off the 5-on-3. Minute 20 left on the power play for Virginia Tech. Nick Masuro up the middle finds Walther. He'll dart into the zone. Button Hicks on the near wall is passed to the middle. Denied nicely by Henry Foster, but Walther maintains control. Foster still on him. Into the corner they go. Walther powering down low. Goes back up the wall for Masuro on the near side. Just a minute left on the power play. It's become a three-man scrum along that near wall. A big hit there from Patrick Kramer, who's back after the initial penalty. And he knocks the puck loose, and it's cleared out. Now Kramer hustling down on Slater, trying to create a shorthanded chance, and he'll force Slater back behind the Virginia Tech net. Nice play by one of the captains on this Tar Heel squad. Now he's going to try and chase down Salvato, who goes streaking up the near wall. Kramer knocks it loose, picked up by Foster. He'll send it back behind the Hokie net once more. Under 30 seconds to go on the power play for Virginia Tech. Hogan bringing it up the ice for the Hokies. Goes cross ice for Fantozzi, who wraps it around the wall. Looking to the middle. It'll be swatted deep this time by Grant Gustafson from the far blue line. As we're down under 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Gustafson, far point, slap shot blocked by Henry Foster. That one stung him, and he's going to have to slide his way to the bench as the penalty comes to a close. So a 5-on-3 for about 40 seconds yielded nothing, and coming back the other way, it's Mangle finishing. Just chopped at it in the slot, trying to forecheck. And Mangle picks up his second of the game. It's 7-1. Just 3:17 to go in this one. And again, you got to give the Hokies credit. Quick turnaround, a little bit of an unexpected schedule change this morning. I wouldn't say totally unexpected. Everyone, I'm sure, knew the weather was coming and knew that there were some potential changes as a result. But a quick turnaround. You play 8:15 last night, have to turn around and play at 2 p.m. today. Certainly, these guys have done that before. Your youth hockey tournaments all really test your endurance by the end of a weekend. Not typically the case at the college level, though. Under 3 minutes to go. Virginia Tech back on the attack down the far wall. It'll be forced in by Veneri and back behind the net. Centering pass goes straight through the slot and all the way out of the zone. Sneager will chase it down in the near corner for Virginia Tech, and they'll reset back behind their own net. Losing an edge, though, is Donovan. Tar Heels take it back. Ives looking to stuff it in on the near post and couldn't get the shot away. One-timer from the far side is sticked away by Sneager. UNC still holding the zone, and Gleason, though, unable to keep the bouncing puck inside of the blue line. But Tar Heels still able to control. Up the near left wing comes Friedman with some speed. Right around McAfee behind the net. Nice stick there from McAfee to knock it loose, though. He'll come in to hit Carlson, who takes over with possession for the Tar Heels. They'll go back and forth as the puck works around to the far wall. Beeson with it now for UNC. Pinned there by Rochia. Work to the blue line. Miglior's slap shot sizzles high and wide. We got a hand up for a penalty coming. It'll go against the Tar Heels. And as Beeson touches up, we'll see an interference signal coming. And it is Beeson who will go to the box. So unless they score, Virginia Tech will have a power play for the remainder of this game. Just 1:43 to go. And it looks like they'll send out Salvato along with Stephen Rochia and Finn Rowley. Back on the back line is going to be Gustafson and McAfee. It'll be Salvato to take the draw. Looks like it'll be Brian Hogan to take the faceoff for the Tar Heels. Near side of Will Douthit in the defensive end. Hogan wins it. First one to it, Daniel Jones. Can't clear the zone, though. Held in by McAfee on the near blue line. He'll get it back from the corner. D to D with Gustafson. He'll hold on to it. Wrist one low. Nice pad save made by Douthit. Kicked it right into the slot, and Henry Foster was there to clear it, but he fanned on the clearance, and so the Hokies keep it in. They don't have possession, though, as they send it back behind the net. This time, Foster makes no mistake and clears it into neutral ice. Now Rowley for Virginia Tech. Turns around at his own blue line and lifts it deep. Icing will be waved off as Miglior chases it down behind his own net for UNC. Pinned there by Rochia. Comes loose, looking for Gustafson. Top of the far circle, a nice save on the wrist shot. Blocker save made there by Douthit. 54 seconds to go in the game. Taken off the near wall by McAfee. Down low into the corner for Rowley. Pestered there by the Tar Heel power penalty kill. Back to the point, one-timer from McAfee, steered wide by Douthit. Up top now, save made by Douthit on the wrist shot from Gustafson, and the Tar Heels clear it out. 30 seconds to go in this contest. Tar Heels with a really strong showing here this afternoon, even if it is against a little bit of a beat-up and tired Virginia Tech team. Gustafson gains the red line, shovels it into the middle of the Tar Heel end, collected by Walther. Down low into the near corner, it finds Peduzzi. Looking back to the blue line, that pass denied, and again Carolina will clear. Down to 6 seconds to go as it trickles back behind the Virginia Tech net, and it's going to be a 7-1 victory for the North Carolina Tar Heels, who dominate on the scoreboard over the Virginia Tech Hokies. And again, there were a couple of factors coming into this game for Virginia Tech. Of course, they went to a shootout last night with NC State, so a little bit tired. But on the other side, if you're North Carolina, they hadn't played a game since the end of November in the Governor's Cup against NC State back at PNC Arena. So you go a month and a half or so without playing. You wonder if the Tar Heels are going to come out rusty. They came out flying, scored in the first 2 minutes, and really didn't look back after that as they took the lead and kept it with about 10:50 to go in the first period. So a great showing from the Tar Heels. We're going to see if we can't get head coach Jeff Volkman over here to chat just briefly before we go off the air. But we will be back. Unfortunately, due to the weather today, weren't able to get the full video crew out, but we do expect to have a live video feed for you coming here from Orange County Sportsplex as the Tar Heels take on the Duke Blue Devils next Saturday on January 29th. So stick around. We'll come back on and recap things, hopefully have a quick chat with head coach Jeff Volkman right after this. We're back at the Orange County Sportsplex here in Hillsborough, North Carolina. Chris Lehman now joined by head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels. Big win for you guys today, Coach. I think obviously you can look at it. Virginia Tech probably a little bit tired coming in from last night, but I think the obvious strategy is jump on the Hokies early and don't let up, and it felt like you guys did that from the get-go.
Yeah, definitely. They looked like they were sluggish from last night, and we took advantage of that. We obviously talked about that coming in, and our guys were coming in at top speed. We had a great week of practice, coming off a big win against Elon a couple weeks ago. So I'm really proud of the guys.
Yeah, and one thing that certainly could be a point of concern, you mentioned the game against Elon, but really not much game action since that Governor's Cup at PNC Arena. Was there any kind of concern about rust? And obviously it wasn't once the game got going.
Yeah, I mean, there obviously is. It's tough to when you have that much of a lag, but we switched it up in practice, and we really had a lot of game intensity, and obviously that worked, and the guys they came out flying for 60 minutes tonight.
And you certainly, it's a big statement win, especially the score, the way it was against what is consistently one of the best teams in the ACCHL and Virginia Tech. So what is the message? You'll go talk to the guys in the locker room here in a minute. What's the message to them after that win?
Yeah, obviously we're going to celebrate that win, but we're 0-0 tomorrow. And that's our mentality going into the rest of the season. And, we're whistle to whistle, shift to shift. And, we're a bunch of grinders out there. And, our forechecks are a big game, and getting in, and with our speed, if they play their game, we take it one game at a time. But definitely a great win for these guys. Virginia Tech's a great team.
Well, Coach, thanks for jumping over here for just a sec. I won't hold you up too long. We'll head out after this, but a big win for the Tar Heels here today as they take down the Virginia Tech Hokies 7-1. Next time we'll be back here at the Orange County Sportsplex is next Saturday, January 29th, as the Tar Heels take on rival Duke as they host the Blue Devils. So again, Coach, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
All right, that was head coach Jeff Volkman. As we mentioned, next time you'll hear from us next week, we'll have that full video stream for you. Of course, I don't believe any weather expected to come in next weekend, so we will have that full live broadcast for you next week. Again, the final count here in Hillsborough, the Tar Heels 7, the Hokies 1.